Picture this. You're driving down a lonely road at night. The kind of road where the trees lean in a little too close, their branches scratching at the sky like claws. Your headlights barely cut through the fog, and the radio's gone static. You haven't seen another car for miles. Your phone? Dead. And then you see it, a faded signpost up ahead. You squint, trying to make out the words, but something feels off. Have you ever taken a wrong turn? Not just a missed exit, but a turn that feels like it pulls you into another world? A turn that makes your stomach drop, like you've just stepped off a cliff? That's where our story begins. A single wrong turn that changed everything for four friends on a road trip they'd never forget or survive. Stay with me, because this one's going to crawl under your skin and stay there. Let me set the scene. It's late October, 2017. Four college buddies Jake, Mia, Ethan, and Sarah are driving to the back roads of West Virginia. They're headed to a music festival a few towns over, laughing, blasting music. The kind of carefree vibe you get when you're young and think the world's yours. Jake's behind the wheel of his beat-up Jeep, Mia's shotgun, scrolling through her phone for directions. Ethan and Sarah are in the back, passing a bag of chips and arguing over whose playlist is better. It's all normal, right? Just a group of friends, hyped for a weekend of fun. But here's the thing. Normal can turn to nightmare real fast when you're not paying attention. It's about 10 p.m. and they're deep in the mountains now. The road's narrow, winding, and the GPS keeps glitching. Mia's phone screen flickers, then goes blank. Great, she groans, smacking against her palm. This thing's useless out here. Jake laughs it off, says they'll just follow the signs. Ethan, ever the joker, leans forward. What if we're already lost? Like, horror movie Lost. You know, the part where the audience is screaming, "Turn around, you idiots!" They all laugh, but there's a nervous edge to it. The kind of laugh you let out when you're trying to convince yourself everything's fine. They keep driving, the road getting rougher, the trees thicker. The air feels heavier, like it's pressing down on the car. Sarah's the first to notice it. Guys, does it feel weird to you? Like too quiet? She's right. The crickets, the wind, even the hum of the engine, it all feels muted, like the world's holding its breath. Jake brushes it off. It's just a mountain, Sarah. Chill. But then they hit a fork in the road. No signs, no markers, just two paths splitting into the dark. One looks paved, kind of normal. The other? It's gravel. Barely a road at all, disappearing into a tunnel of trees. Guess which one Jake picks. Come on. This one's got to be a shortcut, he says, turning onto the gravel path. The Jeep rattles as it hits the uneven ground, and Mia grabs his arm. Jake, are you sure? This looks sketchy as hell. He grins. That cocky grin guys get when they're trying to play it cool. Trust me, I got this. Famous last word, right? If you're watching this, you're probably yelling at them already. Don't take that road. Don't go into the dark. But they do. And that's when things start to unravel. The gravel road twists deeper into the forest. The trees are so dense now, it's like they're closing in, swallowing the Jeep whole. The headlights flicker, once, twice, and Jake curses under his breath. Stupid wiring, he mutters, but you can hear the unease in his voice. Ethan's not joking anymore. He's staring out the window, his face pale. Yo, you guys see that? He whispers. They all turn. Out in the trees, just beyond the light, there's something, a shape, tall, thin, moving too fast to be human. It's gone before they can focus, but it leaves a chill in the air. Probably just a deer, Sarah says, but her voice is shaking. Nobody believes her. They keep driving, but the road's getting worse. The gravel turns to mud, and the Jeep's tires start to slip. Mia's gripping her seat now, her knuckles white. Jake, turn around. Please. But there's nowhere to turn. The road's too narrow, and the trees are too close. It's like the forest is forcing them forward. And then they see it, a house. Not a cozy cabin, not a friendly little cottage. This is a rotting, sagging wreck of a house, half swallowed by vines, sitting in a clearing like it's been waiting for them. The windows are black, empty, like eyes staring right at them. And there's a smell, faint at first, but growing stronger. Rot, decay, something dead. Jake stops the car. Nobody moves. Nobody speaks. The silence is deafening, broken only by the faint creak of the Jeep's engine cooling down. We should check it out, Jake says, trying to sound brave. Ethan snaps. Are you insane? This is literally the part where we die. But Mia, practical Mia, points out the obvious. Guys, we're stuck. The car's not moving in this mud. We need help. Sarah is shaking her head, tears in her eyes. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But what choice do they have? They can't stay in the car all night. Can they? Here's where you, watching this, might be thinking, don't go in the house. Trust me, they're thinking it too. But sometimes, fear makes you do stupid things. Jake grabs a flashlight from the glove box, and they step out into the night. The air's cold, sharp, like it's biting their skin. The smell's stronger now, thick and sour, like something's been dead for weeks. The house looms over them, its wooden walls splintered, its roof caving in. There's a porch, sagging under its own weight, and a door hanging off its hinges. It's open, just a crack, but enough to make you wonder if something's waiting inside. Jake goes first, because of course he does. The flashlight beam cuts through the dark, revealing a hallway covered in dust and cobwebs. The floorboards groan under their feet, loud enough to make them flinch. Hello? Jake calls out, his voice echoing. No answer, just the sound of their own breathing, fast and shallow. They move deeper, into what looks like a living room. There's furniture, old, rotting, covered in mold. A rocking chair sits in the corner, moving slightly, like someone just left it. But there's no wind, no breeze, just that chair, creaking back and forth. Mia's the one who finds it, a photograph, half buried in the dust on a table. It's old, faded, but you can make out 4 people. A family, maybe. A man, a woman, 2 kids. They're smiling, but their eyes look wrong. Hollow, like they're staring through the camera, not at it. Guys, Mia whispers, holding up the photo. This was taken in front of this house. They all crowd around, their faces lit by the flashlight's glow. Ethan's voice is barely audible. That's not possible. This place looks like it's been abandoned for decades. And then they hear it, a sound from upstairs. A slow, deliberate creak, like someone's walking across the floorboards. Step, step, step. They freeze, their hearts pounding so loud it's like a drum in their chests. Sarah grabs Ethan's arm, her nails digging into his skin. We need to go. Now. But before they can move, the flashlight flickers and dies. Darkness swallows them whole. And in that darkness, they hear it again, closer now. Step, step, step. Something's coming down the stairs. Imagine this for a second. You're standing in a pitch-black room, in a house that reeks of death, with your friends whispering in panic around you. You can't see a thing, but you know, asterisk, no asterisk. Something's there. Something that doesn't belong. Something that's been waiting for you to take that wrong turn. What do? Do you run? Do you hide? Or do you stand there, frozen, praying it passes you by? That's where they are right now. And let me tell you, it's only going to get worse. Jake fumbles with the flashlight, smacking it against his hand until it flickers back on. The beam lands on the staircase, and for a split second, they see it, a figure. Tall, impossibly thin, with limbs that look too long, too wrong. Its face, God, its face. It's not human. It's a mask of shadows, with eyes that glow like dying embers. It's gone before they can scream, but the air's different now. Heavy, like it's pressing them into the floor. Mia's sobbing quietly, Ethan's cursing under his breath, and Sarah's just gone. Not physically, but mentally. She checked out, staring at nothing, her face blank. We're leaving, Jake says, his voice cracking. They stumble toward the door, but it's not where they left it. The hallway is different now, longer, twisting in ways that don't make sense. The walls are wet, slick with something dark and oily. And that smell, it's overwhelming now, choking them. They run, their footsteps echoing, but the house feels alive, like it's shifting around them, trapping them. They burst into another room, And that's when they see it. A trapdoor in the floor, slightly ajar. A faint light spills out, flickering like a candle. And a sound, a low, rhythmic hum like a chant, like a prayer. Ethan's the one who says it. We're not alone. He's right. They felt it since they stepped inside, but now it's undeniable. Something's watching them. Something's been watching them since they took that gravel road. Jake, trying to keep it together, says, maybe it's a basement. Maybe there's a way out. Mia shakes her head, tears streaming down her face. That's not a basement, Jake. That's something else. But they're out of options. The door they came through is gone. The windows are boarded up. The trapdoor is their only shot. They open it, and the smell hits them like a wave. It's not just decay now. It's blood, coppery and sharp. The light's brighter, pulsing, and that hum, it's louder, almost deafening. They climb down a rickety ladder, their hands shaking so bad they can barely hold on. The basement's massive, bigger than the house itself, like it's carved out of the earth. The walls are covered in symbols, scratched, painted, burned into the stone. And in the center, there's an altar. Not a table, not a platform. An altar, stained dark with something that's definitely not wine. On the altar, there's a book, old leather-bound. Its pages yellowed and curling. It's open, and the words, they're moving. Not like a trick of the light, but actually crawling across the page, like insects. Sarah, who's been silent this whole time, steps forward. Don't, Mia begs, but Sarah's not listening. She reaches out, her fingers brushing the book, and the hum stops. Dead silence. Then the ground shakes, a low rumble that makes their teeth rattle. The light flares, blinding them, and when their vision clears, Sarah's gone. Where is she? Ethan screams, spinning around, but there's no sign of her. Just the altar, the book, and that suffocating darkness. Jake grabs the book, like maybe it's the key, maybe it'll tell them what's happening. He opens it, and the words, they're in English now. Names, dates, stories. Stories of people who came to this house. People who took the wrong turn. And at the bottom of the page, fresh ink, still wet, asterisk Jake. Mia, Ethan, Sarah, October 27th, 2017. Asterisk, they drop the book, stumbling back, but it's too late. The shadows are moving now, peeling off the walls, taking shape. Figures, dozens of them, circling the altar. They're not human, not anymore. Their faces are twisted, their eyes empty, their mouths stretched into silent screams. And in the middle of it all, Sarah, she's standing on the altar, her head tilted at an unnatural angle, her eyes glowing that same ember red. You shouldn't have come here, she says, but it's not her voice. It's deep, layered, like 1,000 voices speaking at once. Jake grabs Mia and Ethan, dragging them toward the ladder, but it's gone. The trapdoor sealed shut. The figures are closing in, their hands reaching, their nails long and black. Mia's screaming, Ethan's praying, and Jake's just fighting. He swings a flashlight like a club, but it passes right through them. They're not solid. Not yet. But they're getting stronger, feeding off the fear, the panic, the hopelessness. And then a whisper, not from the figures, not from Sarah, but from the book. It's open again, pages flipping on their own. Run. It says, clear as day. Run or join them. They don't need to be told twice. They bolt, dodging the shadows, their lungs burning, their hearts ready to burst. The house is a maze now, rooms twisting, doors vanishing, but they keep running, driven by pure survival instinct. They find a window, one they swear wasn't there before, and Jake smashes it with his shoulder, glass cutting into his skin. They tumble out into the night, the cold air hitting them like a slap. They're back in the clearing, the Jeep's still there, stuck in the mud. They pile in, Jake slamming the key into the ignition. The engine roars to life, and they peel out, the tires spinning, the car lurching forward. The house shrinks in the rear-view mirror, but it's not done with them. Not yet. The road's different now, looping back on itself, like it's trying to pull them back. And in the back seat, Ethan's staring at something. Don't look, he whispers, his voice shaking. Don't look at her. Mia turns, and there's Sarah. or what's left of her. She's sitting there, her head still tilted, her eyes still glowing. "You can't leave," she says, and the car swerves as Jake screams. They're back at the house. The same clearing, the same rotting porch, the same empty windows. The Jeep's dead now, the engine's silent, and the shadows are outside waiting. What would you do? Trapped in a loop with nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Your friend's not your friend anymore, and the house is alive. It's hungry. It's been hungry for a long time. The last thing they hear as the shadows close in is that hum, that low, rhythmic chant, growing louder until it's all they can hear, until it's all they are. Nobody knows what happened to Jake, Mia, Ethan, and Sarah. The Jeep was found a week later, abandoned on a highway miles from that gravel road. No footprints, no signs of a struggle, just an empty car and that photograph, the one from the house, tucked under the windshield wiper. The police didn't investigate further. The locals, they don't talk about it. But if you're ever driving through West Virginia and you see a fork in the road, one paved, one gravel, don't take the shortcut. Don't take the wrong turn. Because some roads don't let you go. So we think. Ever had a moment where you felt like you dodged something wrong? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more stories like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Stay safe out there and watch where you're driving.